What's up everybody, 24/7 Bricks here, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be continuing the Mini Moc series. This is Season 6, Episode 2. If you do like this video then please like, share and subscribe, as it allows me to keep producing good content for you guys that hopefully you guys can actually enjoy. Anyway, we'll hop straight into the build discussion and we'll just hop straight into it. So jumping straight into today's build discussion, I like to do these at the start of each of my videos so you guys can get a rundown of all the different color pieces that I'm going to be using, as well as all the texture gradients. Now to start off with, we've got a variety of different colors here. We've got the lighter and darker sand colors, we have the medium nougat, as well as the brown and light grey. Now some of these colors you might not actually see as much, or they might not be used at all, but we'll see how we get on in today's build. But with the plants, we're going to be moving on to them next. There is quite a few different plants, and a lot of them I'm unsure of. A lot of this is very experimental, I guess you could say. I'm not sure if I'm going to use any of these plants, but these are the ones that I think I'm probably going to use the most, so I'm just showing them all here. There are a few other plants that I may use, but I thought these ones are probably the sort of the main bulk of what I'll use. So we've got a couple of different stems, bamboo pieces, leaf pieces, and a bunch of different flowers, which is quite interesting as I don't really use flowers very often. If I do, I use them in one color, but we're going to use a bunch of different colors in this mock. So now we're going to hop straight into a time lapse. You guys can watch me build. Just sit back, relax and watch the time lapse. I hope you enjoy it. So let's just get straight into it and we'll talk about the mock at the end. On the planet of Naboo, clone forces have been deployed to repel the second invasion of separatist forces. The clone troopers lie in wait, ready to ambush droid squadrons as they come through the dense urban environment. Taken completely by surprise, a rocket whizzes past the droids, destroying a nearby building. The clones engage and open fire, taking out as many B-1s as possible. And this is the mock finished. Now, like in all my videos, I'm going to give you guys a quick 360 of the mock so you guys can get a clear overall view, so you guys can see all the details that this mock has to offer. Now, if you have made it this far into the video and you are new to the channel and you do like what you see and you keep finding yourselves coming back here, then please consider leaving a like, sharing and subscribing, as it really does help me out and it keeps me motivated to keep providing content for you guys. Now let's hop into the overall mock review and conclude today's episode of the Mini Moc series. Now finally on to the overall mock review. Now I have to say this mock turned out pretty nicely. I did use a lot of interesting techniques to do certain parts of the walls and the ledges, and I do have to say for the amount of parts they actually had for this mock was extremely limited. For what I've done, I think I've done pretty well. Now, as you can see, I took a lot of inspiration from Battlefront 2 with all the plants, as well as the arches, the curveways, and the raised platforms for the buildings. Now, I didn't do too many buildings, again, as I was limited on parts, but I tried to capture the archways as much as possible. Now, as you can see here, we've got a squad of clones ambushing a group of droids. We've got a nice little explosion in that right part of the mock, and I think it looks incredible. The explosion isn't too big and it isn't too small, which makes it look that much cooler. I also decided to add a few little bits flying off the wall there. Like I said, the plants took heavily inspired from Battlefront 2. I tried to get those corner plant pots in as much as possible. I used a lot of snot technique for the ledges, and around that curve part that I'm pointing to now, I spent at least half an hour trying to figure out how to curve that little wall piece, and it was so irritating. Now, the really cool thing about this mock is that dome piece on the top. I have no idea what set it's from. I just found it and I thought I'd take the opportunity to use it. And I'm actually really impressed with how it turns out. I really do like these columns and pillars, and I did add a bit of support on the underside. And I also decided to go with a medium nougat roof on the other archway on the other side of the building, which looks really nice. I used a lot of light grey for these roads and pathways just to bring it out a little bit more and add a lot more color to the build, and it also defines the buildings a lot more. Now, like I said, this mock turned out really nicely. I would be interested in building a larger Theed mock or Naboo mock, but I guess I'll take this one as a win. But let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in next week's video.